Well, let me take you on my journey from Exeter to Okehampton. Firstly, I legged it down the hill to Exeter St David's railway station to provide you with some cool but slightly out of focus content. Then I arrived at the station and checked the dot matrix, and to my surprise the only delayed service was the 11:14 to Plymouth. I was fortunate enough to see the 10:31 Paignton service, and then shortly afterwards the 10:37 to Okehampton arrived. I apologise in advance for my poor photography, but here are some short sped up clips on my way to Okehampton. The station at Okehampton first opened in 1871 and was operated by the London and South Western Railway Company. The station then closed just over 100 years later in 1972. Heritage services were resumed in 1997, and occasional mainline services also ran during this period. In 2019, Heritage services ended, but at this point there were plans to reopen the line from Exeter to Okehampton as a result of the government's Restoring Your Railway programme. In November 2021, the station reopened with a train running every 2 hours from Exeter to Okehampton, which increased to an hourly service 6 months later. In 2018-2019, passenger numbers were 5,320 due to only occasional summer Sunday services running, which increased to 6,434 in 2019-2020. No passengers were recorded from April 2020 to March 2021 due to the ending of heritage services and mainline services, but in 2021-2022, 54,904 passengers were recorded. This number increased to roughly 228,000 in 2022-23, and the highest yet was recorded in 2023-24 with 315,000 passengers. Okehampton Railway Station has a number of facilities. For example, a ticket machine which was out of order, dot matrix information screens, a Great Western Railway smart card reader, an unstaffed ticket window, a regular bus service to Bude, a footbridge which leads to the Arthur Westlake Museum and the Okehampton Youth Hostel, a signal box, and a miniature railway, as well as a cafe and free public toilets. According to the 2021 census, the town has a population of 7,313, which is a slight increase from 2011, which recorded a population of 7,104. Despite this relatively low number, Okehampton has a number of sites, such as the White Hart Hotel, which is owned by J.D. Wetherspoons, the Museum of Dartmoor Life, a chapel called St. James, which has a cool clock, Okehampton Castle, and this annoyingly placed telephone box. The walk to Meldon Viaduct is fairly easy, as you just have to follow the old Heritage Railway line for about 4 kilometres, and it's mostly flat and straight. However, there was one quite long tunnel that I had to go through. At last I arrived at Meldon Viaduct railway station, which was known as Meldon Quarry railway station up until 2015. The station is now disused, with the last train running in September 2019. It was originally opened in 1890 by the London and South Western Railway and functioned as a staff halt for quarry workers. The station was closed by British Rail in 1968, but was reopened by the Dartmoor Railway in 2000, and services ran to Okehampton and the now disused Stamford Courtney station up until 2019, though were temporarily withdrawn in 2008 due to a change in ownership. Sadly, the last train ran in September 2019. 2019. At this point it was about 1:30, and after checking the train times I was informed that the 3:25 train to Exeter Central was cancelled, so I crossed the viaduct hastily before making my way back to Okehampton just in time to see the train pulling in. I then had the idea of going to Newton St Cyres railway station, a request stop about 7 kilometres from Exeter. And here I am at Newton St Cyres railway station, which is served every 2 hours on the Dartmoor line, as well as the Tarka line up to Barnstable. The station was opened in 1851 with the introduction of the Exeter and Crediton Railway in the same year. The platform on the south side is still visible, but is disused, and the former station hotel is now a pub called the Beer Engine, which is the oldest microbrewery in Devon, and where I decided to have a cheeky Coke Zero afterwards. As for passenger stats, there were just 2,684 passengers in 2019-2020, and this number fell to 366 during the COVID pandemic. However, numbers have since picked up, with 2,146 recorded passengers in 2021-22, 4,242 passengers in 2022-2023, and a whopping 6,776 in the 2023-24 season. As for facilities, the station features a small waiting area, a printed copy of the train timetable, and a small garden, as well as a Harrington hump and an information point. After visiting the pub, I then walked around Newton St Cyres, which according to the 2011 census has a population of just 562, and I found a parish hall and a beautiful church called St Cyre and St Julita. Well, I would have liked to have taken a few more photos and videos, but my phone started crashing just as a Class 158 sped past me at Newton St Cyres. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to visit Okehampton soon when Okehampton Interchange Station opens in 2026.